Welcome back to the supermarket. Last time we showed you how meat is glued together and cheese is diluted with wood sawdust. You were shocked. You threw out half the contents of your fridge. You felt a little safer. How naive. In part 2 of our investigation, we descend to the very bottom of this food chain. We will find plastic in your gum, paint stripper in your coffee, and heavy metals in the chocolate you buy for your children. 30 new products. 30 new reasons to stop believing bright labels and start asking uncomfortable questions. Get ready. The truth will be bitter. Fact number 1. Pink slime, LFTB. You look at a tray of ground beef. It looks perfectly pink and fresh. But there is a high probability that you are holding not meat, but a substance known in the industry as LFTB, lean, finely textured beef. This is not cow muscle. These are trimmings of fat, connective tissue, and skin that used to go to dog food. They are heated, spun in a centrifuge to separate the fat, and then, pay attention, treated with ammonia gas to kill E. coli and salmonella. After this chemical disinfection, the pink paste is mixed into normal ground beef. You are eating patties made of sterilized waste. Fact number 2. Fake scallops. Sea scallops are a delicacy. They are expensive. But if you see perfectly round, uniform white cylinders in the frozen section or a cheap restaurant, you are being scammed. Nature does not create perfect shapes. Often, sold as scallops are pieces cut with a metal stamping tube from stingray wings, cheap shark, or even compressed cod. Worse, real scallops are often soaked in sodium tripolyphosphate. This forces them to absorb water like a sponge, increasing weight by 30%. When fried, this water leaks out, and you get a rubbery fake for the price of gold. Fact number 3. Shrimp. Do you love shrimp? Almost 90% of shrimp in stores are imports from farms in Asia, Vietnam, Thailand. The conditions there are horrifying. Cramped pools overflowing with feces. To keep the shrimp from dying, tons of antibiotics and pesticides are dumped into the water, many of which are banned in the US and Europe. But the main trick is glazing. Shrimp are covered in a thick layer of ice, sometimes accounting for up to 40% of the package weight. You are literally buying frozen tap water for the price of seafood, getting a cocktail of banned chemicals as a bonus. Fact number 4. Bacon and ham. Why does meat cooked at home turn gray, while store-bought ham and bacon remain appetizingly pink? The secret is sodium nitrite. It is a preservative that kills bacteria and fixes the color. The problem is that when heated, frying bacon, nitrites combine with amines in the meat to form nitrosamines. The World Health Organization classifies them as Group 1 carcinogens. That means, in terms of proven cancer risk, your pink sausage ranks alongside plutonium and cigarettes. This pink color is a biohazard signal. Fact number 5. Canned tuna. Canned tuna is cheap protein, but to make dry, old fish seem juicy to you, manufacturers use a broth with an additive called hydrolyzed casein, or yeast extract. Hidden behind these complex names is an old friend, free glutamate, MSG. It tricks your brain into thinking tasteless canned food is a delicacy. Add to this the fact that tuna is a predator accumulating mercury. Regular consumption of cheap tuna is a sure path to accumulating neurotoxins in the body and a hidden addiction to flavor enhancers. We dig through hundreds of FDA reports and closed studies to find this information for you. Corporations hate when you know this. If you want to keep getting the truth they are hiding from you, just stay close to our channel, hit the bell, and we move on to the candy aisle. Fact number 6. Peanut butter. If you are squeamish, cover your ears. Peanuts grow in the ground, and it is impossible to clean them completely on an industrial scale. The FDA officially established standards for allowable filth. In one standard jar of peanut butter, by law, there can be up to 30 insect fragments, legs, ant heads, and 1 or more rodent hairs, rats, or mice. These are called natural defects. When you spread paste on toast, you are, in essence, consuming a small percentage of biological trash from the fields. Fact number 7. Microwave popcorn. The smell of hot popcorn beckons, but this oily aroma is pure chemistry. The substance is called diacetyl. Workers at popcorn factories suffered from a severe lung disease inhaling these vapors, popcorn lung. But the danger isn't just in the smell. The bag itself is coated inside with a layer of PFOA, perfluorooctanoic acid, a substance from the forever chemicals class used in Teflon. When heated in the microwave, these toxins migrate into the corn. They accumulate in the body, causing thyroid problems and oncology. Fact number 8. Chocolate and heavy metals. We are used to considering dark chocolate a healthy alternative to desserts, antioxidants, heart health. But a recent massive investigation by Consumer Reports shocked everyone. They tested dozens of chocolate bars, including famous elite and organic brands. And what did they find? Dangerous levels of lead and cadmium. Where do they come from? The cacao tree works like a powerful pump, drawing cadmium from soil rich in fertilizers. And lead gets onto the beans during drying in the open air, often near busy roads, absorbing exhaust fumes and dust. Regular consumption of such chocolate, especially by children and pregnant women, can lead to problems with brain development, kidneys, and the nervous system. This is not just a harmless sweet, it is the periodic table in gold foil. Fact number 9. Chewing gum. Have you ever wondered what gum is actually made of? Have you ever seen a gum tree? No. In the old days, gum was made from the natural resin of sapodilla trees. Today, on the package, you see the modest inscription, gum base. Sounds neutral. In reality, hidden under this term is a mixture of synthetic polymers, elastomers, and resins. Most often, it is polyvinyl acetate. Do you know where else this material is used? In the production of PVA glue and car tires. Gum is plastic. It does not decompose in nature for centuries and is never digested in your stomach. Buying a pack of gum, you voluntarily put a piece of flavored rubber mixed with sugar or aspartame into your mouth. You are chewing petroleum. Fact number 10. Bright orange apricots. Look at the shelf with dried fruits. You see these bright, glowing orange apricots. They look like gems. But anyone who has dried apricots in the sun in a garden knows, real dried fruit darkens, becomes brown and shriveled. This is the natural process of oxidation. How do store-bought apricots remain so bright? This color is artificially preserved. Before drying, apricots are placed in a chamber and fumigated with sulfur dioxide, E220. This sulfur gas kills bacteria and fixes the pigment. For most people, it's just extra chemicals, but for asthmatics, this gas can cause a fatal suffocation attack. Furthermore, sulfur dioxide completely destroys vitamin B1 in the product. You are buying not a healthy fruit, but a beautiful, gassed mummy. Fact number 11. Maraschino cherries. That famous cherry on top. Bright red, perfectly round, sweet. You think it's a berry? The process of its creation resembles embalming in a morgue more than cooking. Fresh cherries are first soaked in a solution of calcium chloride and sulfur dioxide for weeks. This aggressive brine completely washes out all natural color and taste from the berry. The cherry becomes deathly white, hard, and absolutely tasteless. Then, this dead pulp is boiled in corn syrup and re-dyed with red 40 dye, derived from coal tar or petroleum byproducts. This cherry has nothing in common with nature. It is a confectionery zombie created by engineers. Fact number 12. Almond milk. Marketers have brilliantly convinced us that this is a healthy, ethical alternative to cow's milk. A carton costs $5 to $6. The packaging features mountains of fresh almonds. But if you look at lawsuits against manufacturers, you will learn the truth they tried to hide. Most popular brands contain only 2% almonds. 2%. That's about 3 to 4 nuts per whole liter of liquid. What is the rest made of? Water, sugar, chalk, calcium carbonate for white color, and thickeners like carrageenan to give the water a thick, creamy texture. Essentially, you are buying murky, sweet water with thickeners for the price of select nuts. Making such milk at home costs pennies, but they sell it to you with a 1,000% markup. Fact number 13. Decaf coffee. Many choose decaf to avoid stressing the heart or to sleep better. But caffeine doesn't disappear from the bean by itself. It needs to be extracted chemically. The cheapest and most common industrial method is the direct method. Green coffee beans are soaked and treated with methylene chloride. This substance binds to caffeine molecules and washes them out. Do you know where else methylene chloride is used? It is the main component of paint and varnish strippers. It is a powerful industrial solvent considered a potential carcinogen. Of course, the beans are then washed and roasted, but the risk of residual traces is frightening. You are trading natural caffeine for the risk of consuming paint thinner. Fact number 14. Cheap red wine. Do you think the deep, ruby color of the wine in your glass depends on the grape variety, soil, and Tuscan sun? In the under $15 wine segment, this is often an illusion. Winemakers working for the mass market often use a secret weapon called mega purple. This is a thick, ink-black concentrate from ruby red grapes added to vats to tint pale wine and make its taste sweeter and rounder, hiding defects of a bad harvest. And to clear the wine of cloudiness, a fining process is often used. The traditional substance for this is isinglass. Do you know what that is? A substance extracted from the dried swim bladders of fish. So your exquisite vegan wine might well have been filtered through fish guts. Fact number 15. Apple juice. Apple juice is often called liquid gold, given to children as a source of vitamins. But where do these apples come from? The US and Europe import a huge portion of juice concentrate from China. The problem is that in some agricultural regions of China, arsenic-based pesticides were used uncontrollably for decades. Arsenic remains in the soil and water, and apple trees absorb it. Consumer Report studies have repeatedly found elevated levels of inorganic arsenic and lead in popular brands of apple juice and baby puree. These are heavy metals that are not eliminated from the body. They accumulate in your bones and organs for years, slowly poisoning you from the inside. Corporations spend billions of dollars on lobbying and advertising so that you don't know this. We exist only thanks to viewers who want to see reality, no matter how scary it is. If you are one of them, welcome to the resistance. Check your subscription so you don't miss the next investigation, and we move on to groceries. Fact number 16. Soy sauce. Traditional soy sauce is an art. Soybeans, wheat, salt, and water must ferment in barrels for months, gaining a deep umami taste. But time is money. That cheap sauce on the supermarket shelf is made by chemists in 3 days. This product is called acid hydrolyzed vegetable protein. Defatted soy meal is boiled in vats with hydrochloric acid to break down the proteins, and then this hellish mixture is neutralized with alkali. The taste? Harsh and chemical. To hide this, corn syrup, salt, and caramel color are added. This is not a product of ancient traditions. It is the result of an aggressive chemical reaction that corrodes your taste buds. Fact number 17. Vegetable oil. Canola, soy, sunflower oil. Labels often depict a wooden press and the sun, hinting at natural extraction. But in reality, oil is not extracted from seeds by pressure. They are flooded with a chemical solvent, hexane. Hexane is a byproduct of petroleum refining, a component of gasoline. It perfectly washes out all the oil from the seeds to the last drop. Then this mixture is boiled to remove the hexane, but it is impossible to get rid of it completely. Traces remain. Furthermore, high heat oxidizes the oil, turning it into an inflammatory cocktail of free radicals even before you pour it into the pan. You are frying food in oxidized fat with gasoline residues. Fact number 18. White sugar. Sugarcane is brown. Molasses is brown. How does refined sugar become so dazzlingly white? It needs to be filtered of all impurities, and the most effective traditional filter for this is bone char. What is it? These are the charred bones of cattle. To obtain a filter for one factory, bones of thousands of animals are needed. The bones are heated to enormous temperatures until they turn into porous charcoal, which perfectly absorbs color. Technically, bone particles do not remain in the sugar itself, but vegans and vegetarians should know their pure sugar came into contact with death at every stage of production. Fact number 19. Canned mushrooms. Mushrooms are grown in compost, in dark and damp rooms. This is paradise not only for mushrooms, but also for mushroom flies, which love to lay eggs there. Canning factories process tons of mushrooms per hour. They physically cannot check every mushroom with a magnifying glass. The FDA understands this and allows the presence of maggots of any size in canned mushrooms. The standard? Up to 20 larvae per 100 grams of drained product. Those little white worms you might sometimes notice in mushroom soup are not a mushroom root or seasoning. They are a legal, meaty bonus the manufacturer would prefer to keep quiet about. Fact number 20. Ground black pepper. Spices are the most expensive category of products by weight, and therefore, a gold mine for scammers. If you buy pre-ground black pepper in opaque packets, you are playing Russian roulette. Laboratory tests around the world often find ground papaya seeds, buckwheat husks, cheap varieties of dyed plants, and even ordinary road dust and dirt from the warehouse floor in pepper packets. Anything black, dry, and pungent goes into the mix to increase volume. The only way to protect yourself is to buy whole peppercorns and grind them yourself. Otherwise, you are paying for trash at the price of spices. Fact number 21. Extra salt. Ordinary rock salt mined in shafts can be grayish, and most importantly, it is hygroscopic. It absorbs moisture and cakes into lumps. But the consumer wants the salt in the shaker to be perfectly white and free-flowing, like sand in an hourglass. To achieve this, salt is bleached and anti-caking agents are added to it. Most often, this is potassium ferrocyanide or sodium aluminosilicate. Aluminum is a light metal, the accumulation of which in the brain many researchers link to the development of Alzheimer's disease and other neurodegenerative conditions. We consume metal with every meal simply for aesthetics, so the salt pours beautifully. Fact number 22. Ketchup. Do you think ketchup is just boiled down tomatoes with spices? Look at the ingredients of any popular bottle. In most brands, in second place, right after tomato paste, and sometimes even before it by weight, is high fructose corn syrup, HFCS. 1 tablespoon of ketchup often contains more sugar than a chocolate cookie. Plus, natural flavors to enhance the taste of cheap tomatoes that never saw the sun. Modern ketchup is not a vegetable sauce. It is red confectionery jam that we pour over French fries. Fact number 23. Protein bars. They lie in the health food aisle. The packaging features dumbbells and muscular athletes. This creates a health halo. But flip the package and read the ingredients.
Most protein bars are simply a Snickers that went to the gym. They are full of sugar, palm oil, and cheap fillers. And as a protein source, soy protein isolate is often used, obtained through harsh chemical extraction with the same hexane. This is a highly processed product that causes a sharp insulin spike, not quality muscle growth. You are eating candy, thinking it is sports nutrition. Fact number 24. Muesli and granola. Granola is considered the ideal light breakfast for successful people. Oats, honey, nuts. What could be wrong? The secret to granola's crunchy texture is oil and sugar. For oat flakes to stick together in those delicious clumps, They need to be generously doused in syrup and baked. In an average serving of store-bought fitness granola, there can be more sugar and calories than in 2 glazed donuts or a piece of cake. Marketers sell you a calorie bomb under the guise of health, masking sugar with names like evaporated cane juice or rice syrup. Fact number 25. Gluten-free products. The gluten-free diet has become incredibly fashionable, but gluten is a protein that gives dough elasticity and structure. If you just remove it, bread turns into a brick or crumbles into dust. What do technologists replace it with? Refined starch, potato, corn, rice, xanthan gum, and, most importantly, large amounts of sugar and fat to somehow bring back the taste. Often, the gluten-free analog of a cookie or bread is much higher in calories, has a higher glycemic index, and is poorer in useful nutrients than the original. If you don't have celiac disease, medical intolerance, buying this means you are simply overpaying for cheap starch, harming your figure. Fact number 26. Vitamin water. This is one of the most brilliant names in marketing history. It literally screams benefits. But in fact, inside the bottle is colored sweet soda without gas. One bottle contains about 30 grams of sugar. That's 7 to 8 teaspoons. That's the same as in a can of cola. The manufacturer, Coca-Cola, was even sued over this by consumer protection groups. And do you know what their lawyers stated in court? Quote, "No reasonable consumer could reasonably be misled into thinking that vitamin water was a healthy beverage. They openly admit, it is a lie you believed because of a beautiful name." And this applies not only to food. In future videos, we will analyze the household chemicals you breathe and the medicines found in every medicine cabinet. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel to see this first. Your safety is in your hands. Fact number 27. Chinese garlic. Pay attention to the garlic in the store. If the heads are perfectly white, without a single spot, without roots, and very light, most likely it is an import from China. China controls the world garlic market. For the product to survive long transportation in containers, it is generously sprayed with growth inhibitors, so it doesn't sprout, and bleached in chlorine to kill fungus and give it a marketable appearance. Furthermore, documentary investigations, like the series Rotten, revealed a gruesome fact. Peeling garlic for export is often done by prisoners in Chinese jails. When the caustic garlic juice causes their fingernails to fall off, they are forced to peel the cloves with their teeth. Bon appetit. Fact number 28. Bagged ice. You are too lazy to freeze ice at home, so you buy a large bag of cubes at a gas station or supermarket before a party. Mistake. Independent laboratory studies show that ice from store ice machines often contains more bacterial colonies than water in a public toilet. The reason is banal. These huge machines are very difficult to clean inside. In the damp, dark, and cool environment of the internal tubes, black mold and bacterial slime thrive. Particles of this biomass break off and freeze inside your ice cubes, landing straight in your cocktail. Fact number 29. Pickled ginger. The pink ginger served with sushi is supposed to cleanse the taste buds, but natural ginger root is yellow. It only becomes pink if it is very young, and even then, pale pink and briefly. That neon pink color you see in sushi delivery is the work of artificial dye E124, Ponzo 4R, or Red 40. And to hide the bitterness of cheap, old, and tough raw material, it is pickled not in sugar and rice vinegar, but in cheap synthetic vinegar with added aspartame or saccharin. You are eating an old, dyed root with a chemical sweetener. Fact number 30. Cake mix. Why does a cake baked from a boxed mix always turn out so moist, soft, and doesn't go stale for a week, while a homemade pie dries out in 2 days? Look at the ingredient propylene glycol in the mix. This is a substance used in antifreeze, brake fluid, and for de-icing airplanes. In the food industry, it is used as a powerful humectant, moisture-retaining agent. Your cake is kept from drying out by the same chemicals that keep your car engine from freezing in winter. Conclusion. Now you know another 30 secrets.
Together with the first video, that is already 60 products that are lies. The food industry counts on you being lazy, that you are tired after work and won't read the fine print with a magnifying glass, that you will choose what shines brighter, keeps longer, and costs less. They feed us sawdust, plastic, chlorine, and solvents, cynically calling it food. The only way to exit this matrix is to stop being a passive consumer. Stop buying their trash. Cook yourself from simple ingredients. Don't believe the front of the package, there is always a lie there. Turn it over and read the composition. Vote with your wallet. Because in the modern supermarket, truth is the only product not on the shelves. Subscribe to the channel. We have only just begun to lance this boil. See you in the next investigation.